Who knows?
Because the government's actually ran by lizard people. It's been ran by lizard people since the turn of the century. 1924 is when the first lizard person, who is literally a reptilian wearing human skin, came into office. And they've slowly been taking
FDR?
over every single branch of government since then. Trump is an anomaly. He's the one president that was not a lizard person. He wasn't supposed to be president. And so that's why they hate him so much. They call him an outsider, when in reality, that's just term for human being.
What do you call this? The Silurian hypothesis?
The Silurian hypothesis.
Okay.
They're finally coming up from the outer crust, and they're taking over wide swaths of the world. And all we can do is wait. I mean, what do they say? You're gonna eat bugs, you're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna love it. Doesn't that sound like a lizard thing to say? You're gonna eat bugs and you're gonna love it. Hold up, bro. What eats bugs? Lizards.
Dude, of all the hypotheses, this is the one I do not want to be true. Okay, of all of them, this is the one I don't want to have to be true.
When I saw that World Forum or whatever, when they're like, the future is insects, protein, and you're like, that sounds like a real lizard thing to say, bro. Why are you trying to get us to eat bugs, dude?
What's crazy about it is the Silurian hypothesis. Imagine this. So basically what happened is some form of human being evolved into like a human dinosaur hybrid on Earth through time. So
instead of a mammal version, it was a reptile version.
Yeah. So if there were Silurians, they would also be Earthlings. They wouldn't be aliens.
Yeah, they wouldn't be aliens. Silurians would just be Earthlings.
They would be Earthlings.
It would be another sentient species that grew intelligence.
Right. It would be a different, as opposed to Homo sapien, it would just be another genome. It would be another race. Right.
Now, what about this? So lizards, reptiles. I'm gonna say reptiles. Reptiles hate the cold, right?
They need the sun. They need the sun in order to heat up.
So what if during the Ice Age, these intelligent reptiles race dug massive holes as close as possible to the Earth's core,
to get to the magma? Yeah,
so they can stay warm.
Stay warm. Yeah,
they built a whole society down there. We know reptiles hibernate for years sometimes. Now we have an entire society down there.
We're making things worse by doing this.
The Earth starts to warm up. And they start popping their head out. And they're like, fucking, these damn apes are now running everything up here. Like, it used to be us. It used to be us and our reptile brother and the dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. And now it's just a bunch of mammals. And they're running around, and they're super violent, and they're like killing each other in pointless wars. Well, the American Indian, right? The Native Americans, there was like 48 tribes at one point, and then it was like 12. So... And that's not just this continent, but every continent. But in this continent in particular, imagine like popping your head up. You're like this sentient, civilized lizard that were, this society that was waiting out the Ice Age. And you pop your head out and you're looking around, and all you see is a bunch of apes beating the crap out of each other nonstop, raping and pillaging. Down. They're like, screw this, bro. We are not prepared for this. We don't want any of this noise. And they're like, okay, there's too much smoke up there. We're going down. And they go back down. And let's say every 100 years, they pop up. And what's going on? Fuck, these guys are crazy. They're like raping and pillaging and just murdering each other. They're sacrificing their children to like these random sky gods. This is weird. Let's go back down. And at some point in the 1800s, right after the Wild Wild West started to calm down, the industrial age started to pop up. We started to go a little bit more civilized. They're like, okay,
let's make our move.
This is our time. These dumb apes can be controlled.
There we go.
All we have to do is look a little bit like them. That's it.
Here's the problem. I have found very few intelligent human beings that could be intelligent Silurians. So if there are some super intelligent Silurians, show yourself. Maybe Elon. Maybe.
Well, what if Elon? Remember, so Elon was like this.
He keeps joking.
He was a big crunchy liberal for like years and years and years, right? What if he finally like sent a rocket into space, saw the dark side of the moon, he's like, fuck.
Well, NASA would have seen it before him.
He's like, No, what if he is like, NASA's in on it.
No.
We need to get Trump into office ASAP.
Listen, dude, you need to stop this. Okay, this is getting out of hand.
Bro,
You're
the
going way
reptiles
too
are
weird.
running shit.
You're giving people way too many weird ideas. Let's just knock it off.
I'm
Listen,
giving
you
you
guys all
the
need to
drama
know-
you want.
You all need to know that Brian is huge on this Silurian thing. Okay, I just want you to
Yeah.
know, like in his heart of hearts,
Yeah.
this is what he believes.
I love the
I'm just letting
reptile.
you-
Look, I don't.
Yes,
no,
you do.
hold up. I don't
Ever
believe
since
it.
Doctor Who,
I don't. I
You
didn't
have
say
been
I
crazy
believed
about
it.
this
I
idea.
just like it. I like. I
don't-
want to hear more stories on this. Someone needs to write more movies and books about this.
all right, let me put you on point. Do you believe it?
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe reptiles have been hibernating in the Earth's core since.
Because I a little believe it. Like,
Bigfoot's a lizard.
I also think the moon might be hollow, and I think Bigfoot might.
Hold
actually
up. I think the moon might be hollow.
Okay, been telling you this.
I did not believe that when we watched that stupid movie. Was it Geostorm?
No,
No,
it wasn't that one. It was where the Earth's coming to the.
it's the
moon's
movie
coming
that
to
came out like right next to that movie, but they're like the same movie.
Yeah, it was the same guy who made Independence Day.
Yeah,
Roland
whatever. It's about the moon. Roland Emmerich, right?
Yeah,
He
I
made
can't
it.
remember.
It's funny. I remember his name, not the movie.
I'll get it.
That's how bad the movie was. But the movie was
Moonfall.
So that movie was so ripe with scientific inaccuracies. It
I
was
love that movie.
hard to watch. When the moon is literally so close that you can jump from the Earth to the moon. Do you understand what that would do?
Yeah, it would rip everything apart.
It
It
would
absolutely
rip-
would not happen.
Everything would just be ripped apart. There's
That was pretty ridiculous.
absolutely no way that's possible.
But I loved every second of it. So it's
But in that movie, the moon was actually hollow, and there was like a spaceship or like an AI or something. Sorry, spoiler alert. There's like some kind of AI inside of it or whatever that's like protecting us from bad AI or I don't know, some weird nonsense. Anyways, Shane was like, "Gotta watch this movie. I love this movie. It's so stupid, but it's fun."
yeah.
And he's right. It was fun, even though it was really stupid.
But the moon was hollow.
But wait, but then I was watching a review about that movie. They're like, listen, movie's not very good, but let me tell you about why I think the moon's hollow. And and I'm watching this video. The guy's going through like records, and he's like, dude, when the first lander hit the moon, it rang for hours. What rings? What makes a ringing noise?
Something hollow.
A hollow something.
Right.
And then you look at all the pot marks, and the pot marks, like the craters, are not as deep as craters on Earth. Like they're pretty shallow. And this thing has been taking hits for years and years. It should be a disaster zone. Like this thing should be broken into pieces, but it's not. Also, the moon shouldn't even be there.
Oh, and by the way, yeah,
It shouldn't be there.
shouldn't even be there.
Like after all this evidence, and wait, scientifically, it should have been gone.
right. The
It
fact
shouldn't
that the
even
moon-
exist.
The moon makes life perfect on Earth.
It literally is like it's like
calm
the
for human beings
perfect
to live.
counterweight to Earth.
And it's exactly the point, like the away from the Earth, so that it perfectly encompasses the entire sun.
Right.
Which the odds of that happening are like millions and millions and millions to one.
Right. It's astronomically low that
Crazy.
moon should even exist in the first place as part of random chance.
See,
So either
also,
it's
you can't-
hollow,
Yeah.
it's made by aliens or a previous civilization or the Silurians, or God exists, and you have to accept one of those options. Either you have to find faith or believe in aliens. Those are the only, like, once you look at the data, those are the only two options you have. And you might even be able to combine those into two things and be like, I both have faith and believe in aliens.
Well, how about this? Like, maybe it's not the government's fault. Look at us; we're absolutely messes, and we can't be trusted. Anyways. Look at the crap we come up with. So.